What's up, YouTube? This is Tony,
And this is TJ.
and we're back.
Yeah. Toast.
Toast.
Put some hair in your chest, nigga. Damn.
Exactly, right? So, me and Troy is here to do a quick. Me and Troy is here to do.
It's TJ. I keep telling you, put some respect on my name. The channel is named Tony and TJ, right?
Absolutely.
Stick to the script.
Me and TJ are here to talk about our coming out story, right?
Yeah.
It's hilarious to think about it, right? I mean,
Coming out being gay.
Yes, what you think? Coming out
I'm not gay.
Okay. Yeah, we're here to talk about our coming out story. You want to talk about yours?
I'm not
first?
gay.
You're not gay.
I'm not gay. I don't. You want some gay shit? I'm not gay. I'm really not. But since you want to pose this question
Anytime you get up in the morning
and do what?
and
Brush my
sash
teeth.
and brush your teeth,
Brush my teeth and take a shower. That's gay.
up and down this goddamn runway.
Sashay. Sashay. I do
Yes.
not.
You don't be walking this runway.
I could.
See? And he's not gay. Oh, bless his heart.
I'm not.
Bless his heart. Bless his baby heart.
But he on some gay shit. Yo.
But anyway,
Real
y'all,
talk.
we here to talk about our coming out story.
Yeah. So what's up? When did you come out? How old were you?
Oh my God, I was in my early 20s when I came out. So I was late, actually, a late bloomer. I wasn't messing with guys when I was a teenager and stuff like that. You know, because I did live a heterosexual life. I do have a daughter.
I did too.
So yeah, for those who don't even know that about me, I am a real live dad. You know, you guys will see that sometime throughout our journey here creating these vlogs. But yes, I'm a dad.
He's an outstanding father.
Exactly.
I will say that.
You guys may meet my daughter on here one day if she will allow it. I don't know. But yeah, so I came out. Well, my first experience was like in the early 20s. I was in my early 20s, and then I came out.
What was it? The 2000s?
I couldn't.
No, I'm asking a question.
I couldn't even like have a quick comeback for that.
No, I
I
asking
came
the
out
same question.
in
The
the
viewers
early
want to
2000s.
know.
No, actually, I came out the year Crazy in Love was a hit. Beyonce's Crazy in Love was a hit.
2003.
That was 2003.
That's when I graduated high school.
So I came out that year actually, and it was I don't have an official coming out story. It was more
But
so.
you do. Everybody have a story when they came out.
Well, because it was more so like I didn't.
So who did you tell when you came out?
Are you gonna let me tell the story?
No, I mean I'm just trying to give it direction.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm trying to give it direction. So what is it? Who did you come out to?
That's what I'm trying. I was about to get to that part. See, I didn't officially come out to like my mom or dad, anything like that, because my dad had already passed away in 2001, and my mother, well, I did have a conversation with her about what is now going on with me, right? And she was not very receptive to it. Not at all. She wasn't.
How so?
To the point where though she was. I had to
She disowned you, dismissed you. I mean, what?
I want to say she didn't. She dismissed me, not disowned me. I'll say dismissed.
She wasn't receptive to the fact that you was a faggot.
I can't even. You know what? I
Come
can't
on,
even.
stop, because the viewers are looking.
They are.
I'm asking questions that they want to
see
know.
me slap all the shit out of you. That's what they. That's what they want to see.
Would. You'll be in JELL. You'll be in jail.
In JELL.
Whatever. So I mean, what was she? She was
more
not
so
receptive.
She was more so dismissive to me. She was not on board
Right.
when I first told her what was going on with me.
How that made you feel?
It made me feel away. You know, it made me feel like, wow, the woman who raised me, and I actually came to her and like told her what was going on, was not receptive and open arms. So my grandmother, God rest her soul, who I have a lot of love and respect for, just as well I have my mother too. When I told her, she basically was just like, well, grandson, you're still, you know, Tony, you're still my grandson.
Of course.
You're still all these things. You're still a grandson. You're still a brother. You're still a nephew. You're still all these things. So it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So, you know, for that, I got that from my grandmother. My grandmother was very supportive. Like, you know.
So she embraced you.
Yeah. She basically, like, you know, she was just trying to, you know, get my mother to understand that it's not about you, her, per se. It's about me. Because my mother had issues with, like, you know,
faggots.
That too. And she had issues with her thinking that she did something wrong.
Right. I was raising me.
And raising me.
But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case that your mother did something wrong.
No. My grandmother was very, like, receptive and very understanding of who I was now.
Of you coming out.
Yeah, me being Tony, a different Tony. And I don't want to use the word different, because she was the one was like, I don't even see nothing different about you. It's just that.
So do you think she always knew you was a faggy, or? So
what we want to do right now? We're gonna stop using the word faggy.
Okay, so
because
do you
I don't want
think
let's no.
No.
Let's just,
so do you think
I'm having
that?
a conversation.
And I am too.
I
so
want you to understand.
No, listen. So do
people
you feel as if
people may be lit watching?
So okay, faggy is something that I use with him. If y'all
we
feel
both use
offensive,
the word.
Yeah, because he called me that all the time too, and I'm a victim. So for all y'all that's sensitive, I don't give a fuck. But I'm talking to him. So at the end of the day, do you feel as if your grandmother already knew about you?
No, I don't think she knew.
You sure?
No, because I never was like, as a kid.
That don't mean nothing.
But if she did, she never said anything to me. Because me being a kid, I was a different kind of kid. I was very artistic.
Autistic or artistic?
Artistic.
Okay. Make sure you pronunciate your syllables and stuff.
It's actually enunciate. That's the word.
Enough. Okay. Same thing.
Trying to read me and ain't pronouncing the word right. It's like, you know, I was the kid that went outside and played and had a lot of friends and stuff like that. But I was also the neighborhood kid that wanted to, like, when people knew they want to put on shows and performances and production and stuff like that, they would come get me.
Okay, so you was in the theatrics of stuff.
Exactly. I was very dramatic as a kid.
It still is, but yeah, I can see that.
So
I can most definitely see that.
So yeah, like all the neighborhood kids were knocking my grandmother.
So you was like a Shirley Temple in Baltimore. No, for real, I'm being serious. You was like Shirley Temple.
I guess if you want to use that as a reference, I'll accept that. My young adult life, you know, now that I'm a father and this is my new life, my grandmother was like, I still love you regardless, right?
As she should.
I mean, my mother loved me and cared for me and wouldn't want nothing to happen to me, but it was just a struggle with her when I first came out.
Why do you think that was?
Because I guess, you know, people can accept certain things. Like my mother had gay friends and stuff like that. And people can accept stuff.
But it's different when it's home.
My father. But I guess when she actually seen it in her own home, it was like, oh no, it's a different story. You know.
Well, they say God got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
He got most definitely humor. So did you feel as if by you accepting your truth, did you feel or even see the backlash that it would cause? Like, because you have some people that struggle with their sexuality that get bullied, you know, just get discriminated against. Did you even feel as if like I'm about to receive the backlash of me coming out?
I never even, that thought never even came to me. Because again, you know, I'm just a normal dude, I'm just a normal guy. I just like niggas at the end of the night, at the end of the day. So I didn't.
So is it because you carry yourself as a guy and not the stereotypical gay guy?
Yes. So, you know, if people were talking, it was very solid. I didn't hear it. I never had to experience that. And I guess because people who I grew up with knew who I was, well, knew me, and they said, well, if this is Tony, then who gives a, like, they didn't really care. You get it in the sense, like, you know.
So, in your words, what made you the exception?
Mm-hmm.
What made you the exception? That's
what made me the exception? Because they knew I'd probably beat the shit out their ass. That's probably me. That's the exception.
Boy, no,
but I'm just saying.
Big ass house shoes on. But okay, I get it.
But yeah, so like I didn't experience that. You know, me coming from a heterosexual life and now I am living a homosexual life. I didn't experience that. You faggy, you gay, you punk. I didn't have that experience. So. And I'm gonna be honest, like the most I've ever got called a faggot and stuff like that is once I actually became gay with other gays. Yeah, you know how the gays play and read and stuff like that. It was stuff like that. I didn't have that experience with heterosexual folks. No one did that to me.
That's what's up.
And if they did it when I wasn't around, because they knew that I would have choked them.
So you're violent?
No, I'm a lover and a scholar. So
I'm listening.
So that's my coming out story, you know, and I wouldn't change it or like, you know,
because it made you who you are today.
Yeah, it made me who I am, and
your mom came around
eventually. Let's talk about TJ's coming out story. Let's talk about Troy's.
My coming out story was this: I didn't come out on purpose. My people.
Somebody pushed you out the closet?
Pretty much, yeah. Cause bitches didn't know how to keep their mouth shut. And they was too concerned about me and my fashions. And they wanted to know what was up. So, you know.
So what you mean they wanted to know what was going on with you because you walked around with shingles on?
Never, no. Motherfuckers always wanted to know what was up with me because, you know, they just wanted to know because I'm introvert, one. Mm-hmm. Two, I'm private. And around the time, early 20s, I wasn't bringing girls home or whatever.
You wasn't?
I did, but I wasn't fucking them. Like, the last girl I messed with. The last girl I messed with.
What? Was in the 6th grade?
That was you. I ain't jump off the porch that early. I was still playing with gargoyles, but the last girl I messed with, that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, the thing is this. My peoples had an idea.
When you say peoples, are you talking about?
My family.
Okay.
My family had an idea. Like I said, I was just because I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to deal with my sexuality, and to this day, it still kind of bothered me, but
yeah.
So, you know, then I really didn't know how to deal with it. Family functions, wouldn't go to them. I just felt like I needed to alienate myself.
So, okay, let's back up for a second. So, let's go to the later years of you being a teenager. So now I'm talking about 18.
That's when I graduated. Yeah.
So is that around the time you decided to seclude yourself? Well, I'm sorry. Was that around the time when people were asking questions?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was. I was even asking questions. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, what's good? But,
For yourself?
yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a struggle for me, but, you know, I took it for what it was, and it was for Karamo off of the real world. Karamo. The stereotypical gay guy was a gasness thing, all that. But when I saw Karamo off the real world, he was like us.
A regular guy.
He conducted himself as a guy.
Yeah.
And he liked niggas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's somebody who I can relate to. And when I saw him on MTV, I'm like, I feel a little better in my skin.
Okay. So who actually said something? Because let's get back to that.
My cousin, her mouth, the fish.
Okay,
The fish can't hold nothing. They can't hold water, and they live in water, the fish. And you know who the fish are.
Oh,
You
yeah.
the fish. What?
Well, landfish is different. We're talking about landfish.
I'm talking about the fish.
Okay.
So the fish are females.
Yes.
They are very mouthy. And so what was the question?
So, your cousin, you confided into her or something? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because
What
we
made you
was
say
like
something
this.
to-
Because we was like glue. Growing up
Okay.
together, we was like glue. And I mean, at the end of the day,
So how did that go? So what made you say something to her?
because I feel comfortable around her. And
So you saying something to her, you thought that she was going to keep it to herself?
I would have thought she would have. But it wasn't as if she went pedaling around the city and the family was like, you know, da-da-da. But our family was asking her questions because she was close to me. So they would ask her like, yo, what's up? Like, where's your girlfriend? Da-da-da. Like, and it wasn't her place to disclose, you know. Yeah. My mama, she was receptive to it. And she was like, I always knew. I was just waiting on you to tell me, like, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing that was kind of forced or nothing like that. But my family was very receptive. My sister was more so upset because I did not tell her. And she was like, you know, I'm your sister. I'm here from you. You can tell me anything you talk to me. She was crying. So, you know, that's how my coming out experience was. So, and now I'm here.
Okay, so your sister felt a little slighted.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Your mother was like, she already knew.
Right.
She was waiting for you to say something.
Mm-hmm.
So are you happy with your decision on actually coming out and being a gay man?
Okay, so I want to address this. When I come to mind to someone, I want gay to be at the bottom of the list. I want them to say, oh, he's funny, he's stylish, he's a sweetheart, da 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 da. Oh, and then he's gay. I don't want to be, oh, that's the gay man. I'm a man that's gay.
True. I understand.
So that's how I want to be projected. And, you know, it's my truth. It is what it is. I'm not shying away from it, but I don't want to be looked at as that gay man. I want to be a man that's gay.
This was our coming out story. This was our story time for you guys. We wanted to get a little personal, a little more closer to you guys. So that's why we chose to do our coming out story. I hope you guys enjoyed my story and Troy's story.
TJ. Yes.
There will be more story times amongst us too in the future coming.
Yes.
If you guys enjoyed our story time, I need for you to do this: like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. and drop down and tell us your coming out story
Yes.
as well. And if you have any suggestions as well, make sure you drop that down there as well.
When you
'Cause
say
we're-
suggestions for what are you talking about?
Suggestions as far as content, like
Oh.
you guys should talk about this, talk about that.
Yeah, I tell them
We're
that.
receptive to that.
I tell you guys that in the description box. If you guys have any suggestions for us or anything you want us to talk about or anything you want to see, you can DM us on our social media. And I'll always include our social media tags in the description box as well. It is always a great pleasure getting in front of this camera and having a good time with you guys, well, with Troy, and sharing it